What is up, nerds? Kingdom Hearts. This is a franchise that I love and I've been wanting to do for a while. And I want to preface what I'm gonna do. Because I'm gonna get comments complaining anyways, but at least this way I have something to refer to. I'm gonna play every single console Kingdom Hearts game in the series in timeline order. Would love to start with Union Cross, but Square doesn't like to make good decisions and they canceled that game years ago. I've also got Crux here with me.
Hello, I got kidnapped again.
I mean, we have a long-standing agreement that you're allowed to use your Mickey voice as long as we're doing this.
Boy. I haven't done so long, so I don't have to practice.
Alright, we are going to do standard mode. We're gonna not skip the introduction because this game is, I won't say bad, but it's tricky to get the hang of. And
Disney
we're gonna
Interactive Studios.
Yeah, we're gonna skip that part because hey, that's copyright.
So much copyrights.
Yup. But honestly, these games are so good, they're worth it. That's right, I said Birth by Sleep is good. Fight me. Also, hi Xehanort.
This world is just too small.
He's Xehanort. He's Xehanort. I'm Xehanort. Are there any more Xehanorts I should know about?
7 more people raise their hand.
You see, every time I hear Xehanort, like, even though I've never actually played any Kingdom Hearts games, like, the only one I could say that I played was Union Cross.
Really? I was not aware you actually played the game.
It was like when it came out, like a couple of friends from high school had it, and I was like, fine, I'll get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty standard gacha MOBA, or at least it was, back before Square decided to make a terrible decision. No, I am not going to stop giving them crap for that.
I don't think it was like necessarily a terrible decision. It was just like it was probably just not as profitable as they wanted it to be.
Well, more than anything else, Union Cross was meant to be a placeholder to keep us, the Kingdom Hearts fans, entertained while Kingdom Hearts 3 was being developed.
Yeah.
So, it really does make all the sense in the world that it was going to die eventually, which means Dark Road is also going to, not very far from now, meet the same fate, which also means that Missing Link, which is not even out yet at time of this recording, like, its days are numbered when it hasn't even started yet. Like, I have no faith in Kingdom Hearts mobile games.
Easy way to help keep them afloat while they make the games.
Yeah, and I mean, that's fine, but when you make it so that every single one of your games has plot relevance, you can't just cancel it.
Yeah, I would say like what they could do is do like a account recovery for like Union Cross and this other one, and just give it like,
why are you in my heart?
Like somewhat bad PC ports, where like
all I want is a proper version of Union Cross. Also, this is Ventus. He's inside Sora right now.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, that's not true. He's inside himself and speaking with Sora.
My heart is fractured.
Sorry. Ventus spends so many years inside of Sora that it's just easy to believe that that's his default.
Welcome to Kingdom Hearts. If you don't understand the lore, don't worry. The creators don't even understand the lore.
I'm not gonna say it's that confusing. And honestly, because the lore can be confusing, is why we're doing this in timeline order. Playing the games in this order does help things make a lot more sense. So,
Thanks.
we're doing all of this prologue stuff because, well, because it's important to Ventus's character and helps set the motions for the remainder of the
Open the
game's
door.
events. In this game, you can play as, if you're not aware, you can play as all three of the Wayfinder trio. And you actually have to play as all three of them in order to unlock the final chapter, if you will, and get the proper true ending, which is very Sonic Adventure of them. So, we will be playing all three characters, but we will be skipping this introductory sequence for these other two characters.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, no reason to sit through all of this 3 times in a row. That would drive even me insane. Keyblade.
A keyblade.
I will always remember how I was first introduced to Kingdom Hearts.
How were you introduced to Kingdom Hearts?
I was a little kid, and I was still watching my VHS tapes. And on one of them, I couldn't tell you which one, but on one of them was a commercial for Kingdom Hearts 1 on the PlayStation 1. And all I could think when I saw the game was, why is that kid wearing clown shoes? I'm not even kidding. That was literally my first thought. That was the only thing that caught my attention.
It was, why is that kid wearing clown shoes? And not, ooh, I get to play in the world of play a game that takes place in all the different worlds of Disney?
Well, see, the only Disney character they showed was Maleficent, and when you're a little boy in the early 2000s, you don't really care about anything related to the Disney princesses.
That's true.
Although, for me, an exception would have been Mulan, but even then, that wouldn't be until Kingdom Hearts 2, so...
A meteor shower.
So, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1... Kingdom Hearts didn't really have a chance against childhood me. But ultimately, once I got to the 8th grade, I met a guy who was really into the series and tried to explain the lore to me because I was stupid enough to ask. And I didn't understand a word of it. So, out of curiosity, I got Kingdom Hearts Recoded for the Nintendo DS on my birthday one year, and I've been hooked on the series well, actually, no. Recoded piqued my curiosity, but it was the Days game that got me hooked on the series.
I can't see much.
Which is so interesting, because people consider the DS entries in Kingdom Hearts to be the weaker games in the franchise.
Oh.
So yeah, this is just how we learn to move, how to attack, and just how to generally interact with everything around us.
What? You want a piece of me too? Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Win. Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha.
Strike Raid looks so cool, but it leaves you so vulnerable that it's just not worth it.
He's got hops.
Yep.
Wait, what am I messing around here for? I'm gonna miss the meteor shower.
Alrighty.
Wow.
And now we're gonna have a bit of
Why does this
a
seem so
moment that parallels Kingdom Hearts
familiar?
1. Right about now.
Whoa!
The similarity doesn't mean a thing to Crux because this is the first game in the series that we've played so far, but he'll figure it
you
out.
hopeless sleepyhead. You know, you should have at least
Are
brought
you
up
talking
my
about the fact
did I
that in
dream
Kingdom
that
Hearts
place
1,
up?
that's kind of the same way that
It
Sora
really
got
felt like
woken
I'd
up
been
by
there before.
Kairi?
Looking up at the stars.
You get points for getting their names right.
Except you've always lived
Dude,
here
I've
with
known you
us.
for so long. If I didn't
Yeah.
get the names right, I don't even know what I'm doing at this
I know.
point.
I will say now, if you mispronounce any member of Organization 13's names, you will be wholly forgiven.
Hey, Aqua.
Because some of them are...
You
Some
ever
of them
wonder what stars
I
are?
would not learn how to
Where light
properly
comes
say until Kingdom Hearts 3.
Well, they say.
Like
But every
Roxel.
star up there is another
And-
world.
Terra.
I only know Roxas.
Hard to believe there's so many worlds out there.
Well,
besides
congratulations. You know 1/3 of the Sea
one.
Salt
The light is
Trio.
their hearts,
Also, hi, Tara.
and it's shining down on us like a million lanterns.
What?
Because it's just
I
their
don't get it.
names
In other words, they're just like you,
rearranged
then.
with an X in it
What does that
somewhere.
Yeah, it's the name
You'll
of
find out
name
someday,
of their
I'm sure.
other.
mean? I want to know now.
With
You're
the
too young
with
to
the
know now.
their name
Quit
with the
treating me like a
letters
kid.
shuffled and the sigil being thrown in there somewhere.
Hey, what are you laughing
With
at?
yes, the sigil
I
being
can't
the
help
X.
it.
That's something that doesn't become
You two would make the
get
weirdest
told until
brothers.
Dream Drop Distance,
Huh?
and it's so obscure of a detail. Yeah, Aqua, Terra, and Ventus all having fun, all being friends.
But everything changed. when the
Don't you
darkness
even. Don't you even with me.
What? But that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
happened. Everything changed
Terra,
when the
you and I
darkness
have our
attacked.
Mark of Mastery
Yeah, but you
exams
can
tomorrow.
use that. You can use that joke to summarize every
I made
single
us
one
good
of
luck
these stupid
charms.
games, except Days.
Wow.
Here.
I get one too?
Of course.
These
One for each of
wayfinders are
us.
going to be the only reason I'm able to beat this game, and I'm not even
Somewhere out there?
exaggerating.
There's this tree with star-shaped
Why is
fruit.
it because the maps are
And the fruit
confusing?
represents an unbreakable
No, it's because some of the
connection.
boss battles
So
are
as long
so
as you and your
difficult that you
friends carry a
genuinely
good
need
luck
the
charm
help.
shaped like it, nothing can ever drive you apart. You will always find your way back to each other. Technically, I think you're supposed to make them with seashells, but I did the best with what I had.
Boy, sometimes you are such a girl.
Hey, Tara, that's you can't
What do you
say
mean
that
sometimes?
anymore. It's 2025
So
by the
this
time.
isn't a real
It's
good luck
2024,
charm?
2025. I don't
Well,
exactly know.
That's yet to be seen.
Actually,
Yeah,
wait,
but
hang on.
I
but,
did
but
what
she's
I
acting like a
wanted.
girl.
Yeah, 2024. Yeah,
What?
you can't say that in 2024 anymore.
An unbreakable connection.
Yeah, I did the math in my head real quick. This is coming out still late 2024. November, I think.
Well, tomorrow's the exam. Anybody want to spar?
I can take you.
So yeah, now we get
Alright.
introduced to the basics of combat.
Hey, little guy, I
Blocking.
found you.
Quit going easy
Rex
on
found
me.
his pet.
You're not gonna win unless you stay on the
I
offensive.
found I've been shiny hunting in Pokemon. I'm not shiny hunting in Let's Go as of right now.
Yeah.
Don't do
But
that.
stay tuned for that. He will do it eventually.
Yep. No, I'm in Scarlet and Violet because they have a shiny event, and I finally caught
Well, that works fine if you're fighting one-on-one. But you need to know how to handle a crowd, too.
The shiny I was missing.
Yeah. Shot locks are super helpful, and I am so glad that they made a return in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
So while I do a quick little demo battle with each of the 3 characters, what would you say are your favorite Disney properties? Just any movie and or TV series.
Can I go
It
into
comes with
DreamWorks and
experience.
Pixar area because they're owned by Disney now?
You can
Even
go.
if I-
You can go into Pixar. I do not count. I do not count DreamWorks.
You don't count DreamWorks?
I do not count DreamWorks. I understand why people would. There's some background that makes it legit, but
Oh no, I was saying like because I think Disney owns DreamWorks at this point.
they probably do. And also,
yeah,
like,
good.
DreamWorks originally started as a bunch of people who splintered off from Pixar. So, like, you can kind of see that as coming full circle. But
Oh,
still.
okay, never mind. Disney does not own DreamWorks Animation yet.
Yeah, no, they're working on it.
They're working on it. Okay, so
Thunder! Take that!
Gotcha.
Okay, wow, you are really giving me some trouble with then.
Bring it.
Thunder!
Freeze.
Monsters Inc. was always solid. Finding Nemo was always solid. Ratatouille was always solid. Same with Incredibles. Same with Up.
Okay, slow down for a second. While the Ratatouille movie does not get represented in the form of a world, Little Chef, aka Remy, is in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And 3 does have a Monstropolis level.
Trust me. You guys are ready.
It takes place somewhere
Yeah.
between Monsters Inc. and Monsters at
It's not
Work.
easy.
It's like
See,
the Master
Toy
Sword.
Story always solid. Bugs
Power is
Life
born
always
within
solid.
the heart.
Brave.
When
Look,
the
I love
time is
Merida.
right, you
I
just
like
need to look
Brave.
inside
I like
yourself,
that movie.
And you'll find it there.
No, that's why I said gotta love Merida.
Yeah, no, but like, main character aside, it's a fun movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
we don't want to lose track of stuff.
I
that's
liked it because it
happened.
was actually a nice representation of, like loving but slightly misguided parents.
Yeah. Good intentions, bad execution kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need that.
I haven't seen Soul yet. I haven't. I saw Onward a while ago.
Yeah, I won't. Onward is one of my
Hey,
favorites, if I'm being
we're gonna head
completely
back.
honest with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
And yes, I am looking at like the Disney Pixar stuff because I grew up more with the Pixar movies than I did with Disney movies
I
at
mean,
times.
hey, fair enough. Fair enough.
I gotta say probably either Wall-E or actually Wall-E, Monsters Inc. or The Incredibles.
Mm.
Together.
Though those tend to be my kind of
Always.
rotation of Disney Pixar films.
Yeah. Well, The Incredibles doesn't have any
That would be the last
representation
night
in Kingdom Hearts
we
yet,
ever
though
spent
that
beneath
could
the
change
same
with
stars.
KH4. We don't know.
I wouldn't doubt it since they said that KH4 was going to basically be kind of a soft reset almost, just to help make
Well, I
it easy
mean-
for new players to get in.
Well, I mean, sure, but like also, okay, so here's the thing. Everybody who's watching this video, you need to understand something. When Kingdom Hearts 3 was first being advertised, like it was properly getting commercials, people were like, "Oh man, this is gonna be epic! It's finally the end of Kingdom Hearts." No, they were never advertising that. They were advertising that it was the end of Xehanort and his time in Kingdom Hearts. At the very least, his time as the main antagonist. He may show up as like a phantom or something. I don't know. But
as long as
But yeah, it's like it was never like 3 was never meant to be the end of the series.
yeah.
That is a
As
very
long
common
as-
misconception that some people still do not understand.
Because here's the thing: as long as Disney is still around, we are going to keep getting Kingdom Hearts games.
Not necessarily. Square is the one that makes the decisions on the game, on whether or not a game is made. Disney simply gives them the okay on whether or not they can use a world.
Yeah, but what I mean is, because of the hand that Disney also would get, Square Enix is getting that Disney money.
Yeah. Alright, let's see.
Who are we
So-
going to go with?
Yeah. So we've got... You can play these guys in any order. If you want to do it in what I believe to be the quote-unquote correct order, words are hard. Start with Terra. Terra focuses on physical attack power. Ventus focuses on speed. Fun fact, Ventus is the slowest of the 3 of them. And Aqua focuses on magic. This is my very not-so-subtle way of saying that Ventus is the worst character in this game.
If his entire thing is speed, and he's the slowest,
Yeah?
that's kind of bad.
Well, the reason his focus is speed is because the Wayfinder lets you link with people that your character has befriended, and if you link with Ventus, your character is automatically given haste, which makes your attacks go ridiculously fast. So that's where that comes from. I would say Aqua is probably the most well-rounded, just because she does have really good magic. But I've decided we're going to go with Terra. And this episode is going to be a little bit on the longer side, just because I want to get all of the introductory stuff done and over with. Next episode, we'll be getting into the meat of the game. So now, let's introduce ourselves to Mark Hamill and Leonard Nimoy. I don't really know what the general consensus is on Xehanort's new voice in Kingdom Hearts 3, but no one was gonna get the same pitch that Xehanort had, that Leonard Nimoy had. But I think the guy they got is fine. The guy doesn't have any problem with it. If I was gonna complain about something in Kingdom Hearts 3, it was not gonna be somebody's voice actor change.
When that voice actor change was kind of needed.
Well, I mean, yeah, Leonard Nimoy passed away, so it's not like they had a choice.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Yeah, so it's like it was either get a new voice actor or have Xehanort be completely mute for the entirety of the game. And when he's the main antagonist, you can't really get away with that. So yeah, this is Terra and Aqua's Mark of Mastery exam. Xehanort is screwing around with it.
Don't worry about me. You two focus on the exam.
I'm so used to
Ben,
skipping
You're
this
in danger
cutscene.
here. Go wait in your room.
No way. I've been looking forward to this. Seeing you two become masters. I'm not gonna miss it now.
He could take care of himself. He's been out there training just as hard as us.
Yeah.
Stay sharp, Ben.
Alright. First real combat section. And even now, it's still kind of intended to be a bit of kind of letting you flail around, figure things out, because, you know, you've got Aqua and Ventus helping you, and these things aren't terribly aggressive.
Want some?
So you mentioned The Incredibles. Which do you say you prefer, the first one or the second one?
I think it just has to be the first one, because, like, my biggest complaint about the second one was, I think twist villains can be good, but I
You just have to do it. You have to do it a certain way.
Yeah, and I think the way they did it for The Incredibles 2 was kind of bad.
I don't know. I mean, to be completely honest, I was actually almost fooled into thinking it was Winston, her brother, when I was first watching the movie.
You see, going in, I could see, like, yeah, but for me, it's like, I think it's because, like, sometimes when I'm watching movies, I sometimes start, like, hyper-analyzing all the characters and doing my own, like, mental deep dives of them.
No, yeah, I get that. I mean, I do the same thing, just on repeat watches.
Which brings us to your next trial.
You can talk. We're gonna see this cutscene 2 more times throughout this game's lifespan on my channel, so it's fine.
No winners.
Yeah, no. So it's like the
For when equal powers clash,
the thing with it was like, because I remember as I was watching, I was like, okay, he would have motivation. He would feel like let's get rid of all the supers, but at the same time, it didn't make sense for him to try and bring the supers back, like re-legalize them just to ban them again.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's also possible,
we have deliberated,
like, before you know who Screenslaver is, you're not 100% certain on what Screenslaver wants to do regarding the supers.
Yeah.
So it's like, my thought process was, maybe Winston became the Screenslaver to give this threat that the supers would have to respond to, you know?
As our newest key,
that was my process before Evelyn played her hand.
Yeah, like, that would make sense.
Because, like, I've seen such mindsets in other medias. Unfortunately, none of them come to mind because my brain is hot soup. But you know.
Yeah.
Although any motivation is better than Omega Shenron's in Ultimate Tenkaichi.
He ain't gonna cut it. Somebody's gotta break that.
You want to know what he did? And why?
Not here.
Why?
He used the Dragon Balls to throw all of Earth into chaos and disarray. And the reason he
needs a little incentive.
And the reason he did it is because he was bored.
Sorry, but I need some time alone.
That is the worst main antagonist motivation I've ever heard.
There's darkness within me.
It's like, okay, throwing the world into disarray. It would make more sense.
I mean, he's a shadow dragon, so you can see him doing that. Yes. But the reason why he did it is just asinine.
Yeah.
Darkness is nothing.
So anyway, this is Xehanort giving some exposition to Terra.
And yet, how frustrating that Ericus refutes its power. Why, you could train with him forever, and still, you would never be a master in his eyes.
But why? Help me understand, Master Xehanort. What is it that I failed to learn?
You're fine as you are. Darkness cannot be destroyed. It can only be channeled.
Yes. Thank you, Master.
Now we're into the actual important exposition.
What happened?
I don't know. Why isn't Ven here?
Very well, then. I will send my pupils to investigate. Yes, I understand. Farewell. That was my dear old friend Yen Sid. As you know, he is master no more, but he still keeps a close eye on the tides of light.
I would love to hear the backstory as to why Yen
His
Sid decided to
counsel serves
retire
as
from being a
signposts
Keyblade
on the
master.
road we wielders of the Keyblade must walk. All the more reason then for concern, for he tells me the princesses of Heart
And
are
I'm
in
also
danger,
terribly curious what his
not only
Keyblade
from
would
the
look
forces
like, you
of
know?
darkness, which you may
Yeah.
assume, but also from a new threat.
Because, like,
One
we
that
see
feeds
him...
on negativity.
We see him...
Fledgling emotions that have taken
I don't want to just say we
monster
see him do something
Yen Sid
in
calls them
Kingdom Hearts 3, but like we see
burst.
him use his power in Kingdom Hearts 3,
As
but we
wielders
never
of
see
the
him summon a
Keyblade.
Keyblade.
You are tasked with striking down any who would upset the balance of light and darkness.
Because Yin
The
Sid
Unversed are no
is just
exception.
Disney backwards.
I tried
His
to pass this info to
Keyblade
Master
is a
Zayat,
bag of
but my
money.
repeated attempts to reach it have failed.
No, that would be the keychain
That
on the
connection.
end of his Keyblade.
This all troubles me.
The actual Keyblade then would just be the entire galaxy.
Frickin'.
So
He
here we
owns
are.
everything.
I need you two to get this situation under control
Disney, you're a capitalist
Eliminate the
pig. Prove me
Unversed.
wrong.
and find Master Zayat.
Don't think we forgot about the lawsuit.
Don't
with
think
the
we forgot
Pro-
about literally everything you've done in the past couple of decades.
Between this world and countless others.
I mainly say like the biggest one was the
Darkness looms closer
was
than
the
usual
was
in
the
these spaces.
the lawsuit
Your
that
arm
they're under.
Last,
I don't know if they
remember that order
settled,
must
but
be
it's the one
kept.
where like
Cannot tell
the
anyone
guy and
there
his
are other
wife
worlds.
went to
Yes.
Disney
Yeah,
World.
we've talked about this one before,
He-
although not on this channel, I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they get sued for being
Consider
attacked
this an opportunity, a second chance for you to change my mind.
or something stupid like that?
You must know. I care for
I
you
don't
like
remember.
my
Like
own son.
like I know like the entire thing was
If I could have my
the
way,
the
I would
husband
name you
and wife
master
went to
in a
Disney
second.
World. The wife had severe like food
You are
allergies.
So obsessed with power.
So they asked a couple times like, "Hey,
Terror.
is there?"
You mustn't
I don't
be
remember if it
afraid
was
of
peanuts
losing.
or if it was seafood
Fear
in the
leads
dish
to
she ordered.
obsession with power.
Oh yeah,
An
Disney
obsession
drops
that
bid
can
to have
darkness.
allergy death lawsuit tossed.
You must never forget.
Yeah, and their entire argument is because the guy did a free trial of Disney
swear,
Plus
I will
in
not fail you again.
2019.
Then Disney's
And it
allowed
was-
to kill them. That's what
Yeah.
they're trying to say.
Yeah, it was basically like it's you can't bring these issues to court. You have to settle them
It's
outside of court, basically. That's what the terms and conditions are, but no one wants to do that because
Yeah.
that's
Well, because then that makes Disney able to just sue as a counterattack to anything we might try to do.
Yep.
So it's like
so
Disney needs to literally be called to court on this.
yeah. So hopefully like the husband is able to get like a lot of like I don't want to say political.
No, he
But at
needs
this
it.
point-
He needs it.
Yeah, because he would need to get a lot of political funding and backing in order to actually keep the lawsuit going until it reaches the Supreme Court. Because if it reaches the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court justices would be able to basically outline that businesses cannot have these types of things in their terms and services.
Yeah. Alright. We have completed the intro, and it only took 35 minutes. Alright. In the next episode, we will be going to the Enchanted Dominion. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe. Let us know in the comments section what your favorite Disney/Pixar movie is. Please be a purist and not pick a title that was purchased by Disney? Just humor me on that.
Okay, if I had to be a purist, Lilo and Stitch. I'll just say that one.
Yeah, a man of culture. Anyways, catch you later, nerds.